And they got butthurt with all their gaming in 2016 when it didn't work. So now everything is about proving how they're the kingpins, and they're helping all these other countries suppress, from Sweden to Brazil to South Africa, helping suppress nationalist patriots, you name it. It's sick. And you know, I did a video on Wednesday night that's on Twitter, Real Alex Jones, where I openly say it's satire. I openly say, you know, Brian Stelter's God, whatever he says is reality. No one's censoring anybody. It's pure satire. And I got up there and I went, we've been reinstated to Google and YouTube and Apple and iTunes and Stitcher and Spotify because Chris Cuomo and Brian Stelter and all the rest of them said no one's censoring any conservatives. No one's been banned after months and months and months calling for me to be banned. And now everybody from Ann Coulter to Gavin McInnes being banned off platforms, being delisted, only negative stuff up top, their tweets, their Facebook posts going nowhere. Prager University banned. But now they say Trump is devoid of any facts. So I love how they thought Trump was asleep. They thought Congress was asleep. They tried this giant un-American power grab when their own contracts say they're monopolies and are public commons and they would not censor individual political speech. That's their federal agreement via publishers that certify the speech. So they've broken the social contract like we're a bunch of idiots. And they're saying none of this happened. So I did a sarcastic video going, again, satire, sarcasm. It's not fake. It's a joke. Like saying pigs fly. I don't literally say they fly. But they play on the illiteracy of the public. It's sick. And I said, oh, Chris Cuomo says no conservatives are being banned, no libertarians. No one's being banned on Facebook, YouTube. They're all just promoting on CNN. So I said, we had 5 billion views on our 15 channels on YouTube. We had 5 million followers. We had 5 million followers on Facebook. We had 16 million followers on iTunes. David Knight's big success was that. He had more than I did, 9 million. They blew it all away. There weren't even strikes on our accounts. They just did it. So I said, oh, well, Chris Cuomo and Brian Stelter and all the rest of them say that no one's being censored, and it's totally insane. So I said, the good news is I'm back on YouTube, and my 35,000 videos on one channel are back, and I'm on Facebook, and all those people that liked me and went there and contributed and commented and everything we did, they didn't blow it away. I hit my head a month ago. I was in the hospital. This is an allegory. It didn't really happen. This is not fake news. It's called an allegory. I hit my head like Rip Van Winkle, woke up, and I thought they'd taken me off Facebook and 26 other platforms. But then the CNN people like Cuomo and Stelter and the rest of them told me that no one's censored. So I'm like, okay, well, I can go to Infowars.com. I can go to Real Alex Jones channel. I can go to all these places. But it still says I'm down. But see, that tells me I'm in a coma. I'm actually in a hospital in a coma, and because Cuomo said I'm still on, no one's been censored. So I'm in a coma. Infowars is on YouTube. Infowars is on Facebook. Infowars is on Apple. It's on all its other platforms, Spotify. It's on iTunes. And I am, this isn't even real. I'm not in a podcast studio. I'm not talking to folks on our own audience at Infowars.com. I imagined that. And Google showed Trump's State of the Union. And it's not gaming 96% of the results. But we all know the truth. It is. And what type of arrogant, evil people promote us all being banned and then do it? And 96% of conservative news blocked. And then they sit there and tell us it isn't happening. What type of people do stuff like that? Well, people that think you're idiots. Now, in closing, before we get back to the main broadcast with Owen Schroyer and a bunch of special guests coming up today at Infowars.com/show, I want to just remind you, you can veto them saying reality doesn't exist. You can veto them saying you don't have power. You can veto them saying roll over and die. We're history's actors like Karl Rove said, and we'll lie about WMDs. We'll do whatever we want. No, you are the fraud. and spreading the word about local stations. We're on AM, FM, UHF, VHF, you name it. Spreading the word about products we sell. Telling folks about the videos we post that are on our own format to Infowars.com from Real.video and our own servers. Download those, spread them. That's when you win. Yeah, they're going to slap you on the head. Yeah, they're going to try to Pavlovianly use the stick. But we don't care. We're humans. We're not animals. We go through pain for victory, for our children. And your financial support. We've got to stop this special after this weekend. Body Ease is 95% curcumin, and no one that we know of even has this formula. The best other products like 93%. The average is 3%. You talk about the magic, the amazement of God gave us through nature and through turmeric and the other products, the other things that are in Bodies. It's 50% off, even though it's about to sell out. Sign up for auto ship, an additional 10% off on future orders, cancel anytime. And then Ultimate, we sold 4 batches of this, but the supplier couldn't do it. We moved to a new top organic supplier. Chicken broth, concentrated, chaga mushroom, turmeric, bee pollen, alfalfa powder, everything. You talk about stamina, energy, ligaments, old, young. This is powerful. 50% off. Now, I said double the order. I didn't know they doubled it a year ago when we did the last order, so it was a quadruple order. So we have a glut of it, but it's selling fast at $19.95. Leading competitors aren't as good, $60. Ultimate Bone Broth, InfoWarsStore.com. Get yours today. Mix it with whey, whatever. It's amazing. And get your Bodies 95% curcumin at InfoWarsStore.com. That's got to end because this is about to sell out. It'll be months before we get more. 25% off Super Silver Wound Gel, highest quality, FDA approved. All of it, InfoWarsStore.com, InfoWarsLife.com. Check out a whole other line of great supplements I'm promoting with a sponsor, InfoWarsYes.com. But regardless, realize your funding of us stands in the gap and does everything. Please support our local AM and FM affiliates as well. Make donations to local stations because we're exploding on local TV and radio stations. All right, we'll be back after this break. Stay with us. I'm Alex Jones.
Defending the Republic from enemies, foreign and domestic. It's Alex Jones.
I think what Google and what others are doing, if you look at what's going on at Twitter, if you look at what's going on in Facebook, they better be careful because you can't do that to people. You can't do it. We have literally thousands and thousands of complaints coming in, and you just can't do that. So I think that Google and Twitter and Facebook, they're really treading on very, very troubled territory, and they have to be careful. It's not fair to large portions of the population.
And so you guys, I'll tell you this, I'd give us a 60-40 chance we win the midterms and you guys get totally devastated and indicted for this because the quarter's not being given now. You guys pushed too far. You went after Trump's family, all of it. When you're involved with the Russians, everything else. But even if you were to steal the election to get through, I've looked at every possible destination along your planned permutations in your entire operation. And I've looked at every outcome. And let me just say this, there isn't any outcome where you win. And I haven't even laughed because I know you don't like it. Because I can, act just like the enemy. But the point is that you guys think you're going to execute this. You're not going to execute crap. And the globalists know I don't just make statements on air that aren't true or that aren't backed up. You are facing hammer war. You are bringing down the gates. You think taking down these controls is destroying us? You are removing gates that we don't remove because we know who we are. But once you remove the gates, once you let us in, we will visit judgment on you politically, economically, culturally, lawfully. That's why you're so scared of my voice, because you know it's judgment. It's Judgment Day. Judgment Day cometh. Judgment Day is so close. And justice is good. Justice is right. We just want to have our families and live and have prosperity, but you've got to control the prosperity. You've got to control us. And that's where we will never let you control us. You lesser things will never run our lives. So now you have summoned us to destroy you politically. You have gone to the altar and you've prayed on gods, ancient gods. You've summoned the titans.